Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore, the series where we make things pretty tough for ourselves by putting everything on the hardest difficulty and then throwing in some additional rules we have to follow as well. Tonight, it's round... what round is it? It's round 17, I think. No, round 18. We're heading to Lusail for the Qatar Grand Prix. Yeah, there we go, confirmation, round 18. I forgot which round number it was for a second then. Yeah, we're coming off the back of a pretty poor Singapore. No, Suzuka. Singapore was disappointing but for different reasons. But Suzuki, yeah, we had at one point a chance. We had a real chance, and then a lockup right after the restart when we were running in ninth with Yuki dropped him all the way to the back of the field. And from there, he was never going to make up enough places to get back into real contention again. So, bit of a disappointment. But we did get some new projects started in the background. And hopefully, after tonight's race, we'll be able to get a new part on the car. Let's have a look. We are 13 days away from getting a new rear wing. And if we have a look... Austin is in 19 days, so we will have time to get a couple of rear wings made and plonked on the car ready for Austin. And then we also have 23 days away, I think. Is it 19 days away even? We also have an underfloor project, which we will hopefully have one ready for Mexico. We'll certainly have a second one in time for Sao Paulo. So we will have new underfloors and new rear wings on both cars for the final 3 rounds of the Grand Prix season, Sao Paulo, Vegas and Yas Island. And hopefully both will have new rear wings in Austin, and then one of them will have, as I say, an underfloor in Mexico. Obviously we'll probably give those to Yuki, just simply because he is the better equipped to actually take advantage of those parts. And we will get some more research done in the run-up to the end of the season as well. Excuse me. I just need to clear my throat. So that's where we stand in terms of current research and development. We've actually got some development going on for the first time in quite a while. We have got to do our training schedule for this month for our pit crew. Let's get that underway now. So that's what it's offered us. We are going to strip that out. Let's see. Go to cumulative. By the time we get to... Oh yeah, we're going to be really weary for some reason. I mean, they've got plenty of rest, but... Looks like we may have slightly overdone the training at the end of the last month. So we're not going to do any training in the run-up to... Qatar, because otherwise our guys are going to be absolutely knackered. I mean, they're already, as you can see, going to be weary on race day, which means we're going to have quite a high chance of a mistake, a 35% chance according to that, which is not good. We do need to get that right down for Qatar, and even there, look, get all that fatigue in. By the time we get here, okay, so that's going to be normal, and then it'll be slightly reduced for Mexico. So we've got a window where we can get some training in here. Let's get them down into the well-rested category, and then we'll start to throw in a little bit of training there. Let's go with a full day of gym training. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got scope for a bit more training, so we'll have a day off and then we'll do another full day of gym training. And let's go with one more full day of gym training and see if that actually gives us a little bit of a boost. That's a little bit too much. Okay, so in that case, let's drop that down to pit crew training, which takes a little bit less out of our staff. That is still just a fraction too much. Okay, so let's go to just half a day. There we go, that's better. So that'll bring the mistake chance down, and then we've got a little bit of a break. We can only get a little bit of training in. I'm just going to go with 1 day. That might be too much as well. That's right on the button. I'm not sure. I think it's just a 1 lap. Sorry, a 1 day, a 1 week turnaround. I think Brazil is a triple header. So there'll be no training after Mexico. It's going to be a very small month in terms of training. Got to get that fatigue level down. So by the end of the month, we're we're not going to have much training done, but we will be trying to really dial in that that rest and recuperation throughout the month. There we go. How you doing, John? Good to see you tonight. Let's see. 5 days to go until Qatar. Did I need to make any more parts? I can't remember. I think I've got some working through at the moment. Side pods, suspension. Yeah, I think we went through all that last night and we were okay. Yeah, okay, let's advance some time then. A little warning about Yuki's contract. I know about that. We're waiting until the end of the season to make a decision based on whether or not we can get Piastri. There we go. And it's now race day, or race weekend day, so we'll set some targets, and we're going to be extremely conservative going forward with our targets now, because until we get the new parts on the car, we are just really slow, really badly slow. So 1 in the top 15, 1 in Q2. Those are achievable targets. Q3 is not really. Fastest lap is not achievable. We should get 1 car finishing in the top 15. There you can see we've got a new finish position streak of 1 in the 15 for 2 races. Hopefully we can get that done. And we are 2 down on the quali streak. 3 races to go on that. Right, what's the weather look like for tonight's race? It's a desert race, so fine, as you would imagine. Let's head to Lusail for the Qatar Grand Prix.
Our calendar brings us to the Middle East this weekend for the Qatar Grand Prix. Making its debut as a Formula One track in 2021, Lusail International is Qatar's Grand Prix circuit. Designed initially with motorbike racing in mind, drivers will need to adopt that two-wheeled mentality of speed and manoeuvrability if they want to succeed here. As a desert track, Lusail is dusty and challenging. Grip levels are crucial and can change throughout a race weekend or even during a single session. The unique layout demands the highest possible downforce despite being a relatively open track.
This time, teams have 2 races to contend with, as a sprint race will decide the starting order for the weekend's Grand Prix.
So stay with us for all the race weekend thrills.
Okay, now this is a sprint weekend, so we will not be putting Fittipaldi in the car this weekend, making sure that we can get our prep in for Lawson and Sonoda in time. So, with that in mind, let's go on to medium tyres for this practice session. And Lusail is 18 laps. Let's swap out those car parts. Go with that engine. I'm not sure, will that ERS last? It should do. It should last this one session. Beyond that, no, probably not. I'll go with that gearbox. There we go. And now we need to put a setup on the car. I'm going to go 8, 13, 7, 3, 3.45, and a 1. There we go. And now Yuki. Again, we'll go with some medium tyres. Let's swap out the parts. Got to go with that engine. Got to go with that ERS. And that gearbox. Okay. Setup for this car. We'll go a little bit different. We'll go 6.5 and 13 and 8.2, a 3.4 and a 0.65. There we go. And again, 18 laps of fuel. Drop those settings down. I think we are ready to go. Yes, we are. Right, let's send them to the track for practice. How you doing, Horrific? Good to see you tonight. Really hoping that we can actually be semi-competitive tonight. But I think that's just, you know, wishful thinking. Just like last night, I think we are going to struggle through all of those turns.
Yuki, how is the balance?
Right, 88% isn't too bad, but it's not good enough yet, so we'll call them straight in.
Understood. What's your feeling?
Evening, Farah. Have you made a port arsehole yet?
The entry.
Pit limiter on. Stop in front of the garage.
For those of you wondering, it's a cat meme I sent to Farah earlier in recognition of his new kitty. Evening, Victor. Alright, so let's try a 7.3 then. What else do we need to change? Need to change the front wing. I'm going to go with an 8 on the front wing. A 13, a 7.3, a 3.35. 0.95. That's too much. Let's go with a 0.8. That will fit. So 813, 7.3, 3.35 and a 0.8. Yeah, that looks like that could fit. So we'll give that a try. Got feedback on Lawson. Let's have a look. He's at 96%. That's pretty good. Let's call him in as well. And this is the one session really where we have the chance to try and nail the setup. We will go into Parc Fermé rules once we hit qualifying, which is up next. Shouldn't be too much. Let's have a look. Front wing. Maybe it's the camera actually. Let's drop that down to a 3.35, 0.95. So 813.73, 3.35, 0.95. I'm going to actually dial that back like that instead, just because I'm worried about the traction. We'll try that, see how that shakes out. And that's Yuki sent back out. Lawson as well. Going to be using hard tyres for Lawson in race, I think, at some point. Tyre wear is not amazing at this circuit. Quite easy to overheat the tyres here.
So this is what happened. Right, let's follow the action now at turn 7. And that's the moment they lose it. And ultimately, just unable to bring the car under control.
It's the same place Sargent went off earlier on. %97% for Yuki. That is pretty good. We'll leave him out. We'll let him run now to the end of the session. And then if we can make the tweak, and it's an obvious way to make that tweak, we will do, but if not, we'll just leave him at 97%, which is pretty strong. Right, what about Lawson? $97 for Lawson as well, so again, we'll keep him out. And if it's an easy tweak, then we'll make it.
Yeah, something feels nice.
We are checking.
There's not much point sending Yuki out for just another 3 minutes, so that's him done now. No point refueling and sending him back out. get another lap or two out of Lawson before he runs out of fuel. Maybe one more lap. 1.8 kilos for a lap. So yeah, we'll get one more lap out of Lawson. Alright, so it's the front wing. So that needs to come down to a 7.5. And now everything else needs to be shifted back over. And there we go. We'll go with... Actually, let me just undo that change for a second. I want to see... Might need to move the toe as well. Yeah, we'll try moving the toe as well, just in case. And let's go with that. That should theoretically be it. But it might be a 99. Either way, it should be an improvement. And there we go, that's Lawson's afternoon done. And it's the front wing again, but again, I don't know which way it's going to go. So, I think I'll leave that one alone. Because I could get it right, but I could also get it wrong and make the car worse. So we'll leave him as he is. That one's not so clear.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out who's got what it takes as we establish the grid for the sprint.
Just like a normal race qualifying session, drivers will battle it out for their starting grid positions. But this time, it'll be for the upcoming sprint. While neither teammate has really managed to score well so far, perhaps picking up a few points this weekend would spur on a bit of healthy rivalry.
Good point, Karun. Let's get on with qualifying.
Okay. Need to put the good stuff into the car. Not that our good stuff is all that good. I'll go with the 76% engine tonight, I think. Go. I just want to take a screenshot as well of Yuki's setup. 61%, do I? Yeah, I'll use that engine tonight. That ERS will be fine for quali, so we'll leave that one in, and we'll go with that gearbox. And let's just take a screenshot of the values so we can add that to the book if it's correct. We're going to go one flying lap to start, and then maybe do 2 laps towards the end. Can I sort out both cars? Yes, I did. Right, off to qualifying.
Should be green now. So start to work on the front, get some brake temp.
Okay, copy.
And work on tyres.
Okay.
You watch a whole flurry of cars start to leave the pits just as we're about to start our flying lap.
Clear ahead. You're good to push.
Just Stroll so far. That works. Evening, Baron.
Straight out, track is clear. Charge off and push.
No one else has come out yet. I am shocked by this, actually. There we go. We've got a bit of movement now. All of the Haas drivers coming out. It's Hulkenberg. Might get a little bit of a tow on the run to the line here, which would be nice. A little far off, perhaps. So Lawson sets the pace with the 126.0.
Stay negative. Cool the car on the way in. Yeah, I copy.
And Yuki does a 125.6.
Follow the reference.
Not bad.
This is E-lap. This is E-lap.
Okay.
So we're going to do 2 flying laps on these tyres again. And I'm going to send them straight out, actually. Maybe give myself the chance of one last run on fresh tyres at the end. But we are almost certainly going to have to contend with traffic. Yeah, I'm just looking to see if we can maybe boost the confidence levels all the way up.
Here's the replay. Right, so this was the 4th corner. Oh no! Why'd they go? Really? They
Was that
must
his
be
flying
careful.
lap? It was. So that's going to hurt Alonso's time. But of course he'll have time for another run. Getting a bit crowded behind us. The Ferrari about to come through. Joes. And now here comes Alonso.
We're going to expect some bunching.
Hopefully we don't pull over because we're starting our lap now.
Truck is clear. Okay, let's go.
No, we don't. Good, good, good. Is that Ferrari going to get in the way? Don't think so. Oh, this is not ideal for Yuki. Lawson's improving. I don't think Yuki will here. Nope. Little lift. Yeah, this has been a bad lap for Tsunoda. Dirty air has not helped him at the beginning of the lap, and yeah, it's been a poor second half as well. Lawson's improving though. And Lawson does improve. Closes the gap to Yuki to 2.5 tenths. So he gained 1.5 tenths there. I don't know what state the tyres are in. I don't want to touch the leaderboard because that's what froze the game up the other day. We'll just... Actually, I can have a look here, can't I? 80% at the start of this lap. Yeah, these tyres are probably toast. But we'll throw the car around again one more time, see what happens. We'll whiz through because I'm not expecting an improvement from either driver here. You never know. We are going to throw on fresh tyres for the last run though. And we do get a little bit of an improvement from Lawson. And a little improvement from Yuki. Okay, that's not bad.
So
and that black line there on Lawson indicates that he set an identical middle sector.
This is the lap.
Yeah.
And now we'll have time for one flying lap on brand new rubber. And we've got peak confidence for Lawson, just not quite for Yuki.
Copy box.
Alright, hopefully we'll have enough time to get around here. Trying to make sure I had a little bit of a gap.
Copy.
Currently, both of our drivers looking to go through, although having said that, Alonso had that really bad run at the start. I think we're actually right behind Alonso on track. Yeah, Lawson is right behind Alonso. Alonso's definitely going to improve and get it out of the drop zone, so that's going to probably push Lawson in. Unless he can go that a little bit quicker than Bottas. In which case he might sneak through, although I would expect Albon to improve as well. Hell, maybe even Norris. So I think Lawson... Oh, well, Lawson's out anyway. Who improved? Albon. Albon has improved.
So track is clear. Go one.
Well, here we go then. Brand new tyres.
There is Norris in front of you.
Dying seconds of the session.
Charge off and push.
Yuki's not safe either, so he needs to find some time. Like I said, Norris could well improve. Alonso will definitely improve. Hell, even Piastri might improve as well. Depends just how bad the McLaren is here.
This will be checkered flag.
Right, good first sector for Liam. And for Yuki. Norris has improved, he's up to 11th. If he found a second, that means I imagine Piastri will find something. I got held a little bit by Albon there. Tsunoda is now out of the session. Piastri has improved. Lawson stays 19th. He lost too much time at the end there. Yuki just squeezes through unless Gasly knocks us out. Oh, he doesn't. Oh, squeaky bum time there. We squeaked through by 0.004 of a second. Whew. We just managed to get one car in the top 15 there. That was close. Alright, so, 99%. I shouldn't have changed the toe. Should have left it where it was. Yeah. That change I made to the toe was unnecessary, damn it. Stopped me getting a full 100 there. Never mind. Let's go with a run on these tyres. I'm not expecting miracles here tonight in this session. So we'll just do one run on these tyres and then maybe just one on the other tyres. This time is going to be atrociously bad.
Green light.
So I'm not even going to watch it. We'll just whiz through.
Follow the
126.4.
reference. This is in lap. This is in lap.
Okay.
Yeah, 126.4 against a 123.6. Nearly 3 seconds off, but that's on very, very worn tyres. We're about to put on some better ones. The question is, do I go one lap or two? And nearly new. Screw it, let's go 2 laps. Might as well. So out goes Yuki. This lap should be a good lap. I don't know about the next one. We are getting that extra bit of confidence going into this lap, and almost new tyres as well. Right, about to start the flying lap.
Straight out, track is
Haven't got
clear.
any traffic issues behind us to worry about, which is good. And looks like we've got a pretty good run in front of us. That's Magnussen on his outlap in front of us, but I don't know if we'll catch him before the end of the lap. We might do. Hopefully we'll be able to get past him without being held up. This is the important lap, because this is when our tyres are going to be at their best. So we need a good time on this lap, and then if we can improve on the next one, that's a bonus. But this is where we've really got to put the work in. We are up in the first sector, but as I say, given the state of the tyres we did that first lap on, that's not a big surprise. Evening, Mr. Water. Oh, that's a lock-up. I heard the screech before we even hit the corner. So that is bad.
Almost end up to the ball.
I'm just going to call him in because I don't know how bad these tyres are. They could be toast. Thanks for that lock-up. It's killed his confidence as well, that lock-up. Look at that. Damn it.
Yeah, Prix.
Pit limiter on. Stop in front of the garage.
Oh god, yeah, it has. Look at that, down to 72%. Do I want to throw away another set of softs? No. We'll go out on these ones again and just see what happens. Not expecting miracles though. I'm expecting to come in last in this session. Norris on his flying lap now. He's going to improve for sure. So we're not going to improve in the first sector, or at least I don't expect us to. Norris about to cross the line. And goes nearly 2 seconds faster. But I am expecting to improve. Oh, we have gone faster in the first sector. That I did not expect. We should definitely improve in the middle, because we locked up last time and we aborted the third, so we'll definitely improve that as well. Question is now, how much can we find, and what could have been if we hadn't had that lockup? Traffic, is it going to get in the way? Nope. Drive for the line. Where do we end up? Yeah, a long way off. We found 3/10, but yeah, on very knackered tyres. Oh dear. Maybe we can go forward in the race, in the sprint, we'll see. Let's have a look at the Q3 results. And it is pole for Max, ahead of Checo, Leclerc in third. Alonso fourth, but with a penalty. That'll drop him down. I think that's just a 3-place penalty from that collision he had in Suzuka that took him and, was it Albon, out of the race. So, let's see, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Ocon with a penalty, that will potentially drop him down. Actually, I think it was Ocon that got taken out. I don't know. I can't remember. Ocon has a penalty as well, so we may get boosted a little bit. We shall see. Let's head to the sprint. Oh no, wait, we've got second practice yet. Right, we're not changing anything on the car, but we are going to run a lot of laps here. Put 40 laps of fuel in the car. Same for Yuki. And let's swap out the parts so we don't knacker them up completely. Stick with that engine, stick with that ERS, swap out the gearbox. And for Lawson, swap out the engine. That ERS might last. I'm going to gamble. And that gearbox.
Green light now. A bit less curb.
Yeah, copy that.
And let's just let them get the laps in.
Yeah,
Lock up for Lawson. That's going to hurt his track acclimation. Potentially. Might get away with it. I think he's got away with it, actually. Yes, he has. Lucky boy. Okay, so we might actually get pretty close to maxing out their track knowledge here. I think we'll be somewhere around 95%, maybe a touch more.
What happened there?
Oh, we've got red flashing hazard symbol on Lawson. Ah, the RS's terminal. Does that mean it's just stopped working? The car's still going. Yeah, look, ERS is not charging at all. So you can have terminal ERS and keep going by the look of it. You just won't be able to use any, or if you use the battery, you won't be able to recover it. In fact, no, you won't even be able to deploy it. Look, we're not even deploying. It's not moving at all. That is interesting. I wonder if I can actually put on a dead ERS unit for practice going forward. It might not let me actually, reinsert that into the car. So I might have to try that when we go to Qatar.
Let's checkered flag.
Right, Lawson made it. And now Yuki's made it as well. Excellent stuff. So, 98 and 99 overall for our drivers. Good stuff. It's time for the sprint.
Well, the excitement levels continue to rise here as the teams prepare for the sprint. Well, we're going racing a little earlier this weekend, with the sprint now set to define the starting order for the Grand Prix itself.
Points go to the top finishers in the sprint, and with no mandatory pit stops, it's all about the racing on the track.
But just who will be the fastest around Lusail? We'll find out in today's sprint.
Right, so what tyres do I want to use? It's going to be mediums. The softs won't make it. We have got to replace that ERS for this, but we were going to anyway. Change the gearbox. Oh, we are so screwed on parts. We'll go with the 76 engine. No extra fuel. Not going to push the tyres. Going to take it nice and slowly and carefully at the start here. We will drop places, almost certain of that. And that engine is now looking a little ropey. This will be the last race we use this engine in. We might even switch it for the main race, depending on how we do here in the sprint. Alright, let's go to the grid.
The sprint today sees the drivers tackle 19 laps of the Lusail International Circuit.
It's a fast track here in Qatar. Expect to see the pack fight it out, trading places to improve their chances of scoring more championship points.
Well then, folks, it's time to get going. We're ready for the sprint here in Qatar. And it's lights out and away we go.
Right, got a couple of cars on hards, some on softs and some on mediums. It's pretty even split actually amongst the compounds there, by the look of it. Decent start from Yuki, gained a couple of places initially. That dropped back down 1 to 14. Lawson gained 3 places and then dropped back behind Gasly. And this is without any pushing at all. So hopefully when we do turn the batteries on we can be a little bit more competitive. Really got to look after the tyres though. So very easy to overheat them here, and then that really hurts your pace long term. He is under all sorts of pressure. I'm going to turn that battery on now. Let's do it for both drivers.
Use deploy as much as you can.
Okay.
DRS enabled.
I'm always suspicious when someone who speaks German turns around and goes, "Good luck." Film Easter egg for you there. Let me know if I figured it out. Lawson looks like he's shaping up for a look at Gasly here. Yes, it is the Great Escape. It's the bit where he's trying to get on the train at the end, when they're making their escape. Hands over his papers, has a conversation in German. The guard is a bit suspicious, goes, "Good luck." He goes, "Thanks very much," and then suddenly realises he's just blown his cover by speaking English. Great movie. struggling to hang on to the back of Ocon. And Lawson is struggling to stay competitive against Gasly, whose tyres are switching on now. R1 is shaping up for a move on the back of Yuki here. Oh, he throws it up the inside. He's going to get the move done. Damn it.
Yeah, copy.
So Yuki back down to 15th where he started.
Copy.
Charge on.
Lawson has dropped off the back of Gasly, but does manage to keep Piastri behind him.
Bring the pack up.
Copy that.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Who has locked up? Ah, there we go. It's a Hulkenberg lockup. Of course it's a Hulkenberg
Let's see what
mistake.
happened there. Now we're just proceeding through turn 4.
I'm surprised he didn't hit his teammate there, actually.
And the car fails to respond. By that point, it was just too late.
Right, let's see what our tyres are looking like with our cautious start. Very good, actually, compared to everyone else's. So we should hopefully have a little bit of pace towards the end. Just whether or not we run into some issues before then. As Piastri does get the move done now. Got it up the inside in the final turn and then straight past with DRS. Gasly gets Tsunoda. Oh, we got Tsunoda. No, yeah, Gasly has got Tsunoda. And we stay with him.
What are we doing?
It's still longer to go.
Lawson is struggling to stay with Piastri. Our dirty air performance really not good at this circuit. As you can see by how quickly we're falling off the back of these cars in front of us. Give them both a little bit of extra fuel. Well, I say that technically we're not giving them, a bigger fuel burn. We're just telling them to brake a bit later, effectively. Almost 2 seconds off the back. I think this engine is probably not going to last, any kind of competitiveness into the main race. So we'll switch it out for the feature race. Obviously, we're stuck with it here in the sprint. Piastri's closing on us.
We need more liftoff.
Okay.
Left and coast.
Copy.
And they can see the tyres starting to overheat just from those couple of laps of pushing the fuel. Well, one lap of increasing the braking there. Trying to back up Piastri a little bit. A, to overheat his tyres, wear them out a bit quicker. B, to try and give Lawson a chance to get back into the DRS with Piastri to protect him from Joe and Bottas, who are right on the back of him. But I don't think Lawson's got enough pace to catch up to Yuki. Doesn't. All right, let's go back into top up now.
And now we go recharge on.
Copy.
At least we've built up some battery, so we can use that to attack Piastri if and when he gets past us.
So Nico's pitting.
Hulkenberg did so much damage to his tyres with that lockup. He's boxing already. Oscar's going to have a look at the inside here into turn one. He gets through. He hasn't completed the move yet. Now he has. Thought Yuki might try and have a lunge at the inside there, but obviously thought better of it.
lose energy now.
Copy.
See if we can break away from Joe. Maybe get onto the back of Yuki. Going to push Yuki on the next lap to go back after Piastri. Personal best lap for Lawson, giving him a nice little improvement to his confidence level.
Focus on bringing the pack back up.
Copy.
We did manage to break away from the Alphas, but can we stay away from them? Or are they going to reel us back in again? Maybe start pushing the tyres a bit in a lap or two's time. Yeah, and already look, Joe is almost back in range.
No saving required.
Okay, copy.
A little bit harder on the tyres.
As much as you can.
Copy that.
Just for a lap or so. We'll establish that 1 second gap. Another personal best sector.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Copy.
It's unfortunate, but the only way we really have any pace right now is when we push the tyres, and it's not really something you can do at this circuit, well, not for very long anyway, without them starting to overheat pretty quickly. And even then, it's not that much pace. You can see how much time we're losing through the opening sector. Oh, got a yellow flag. Someone has had a whoopsie somewhere. Just running wide, I think. Oh no, it's a lockup for, of course it's a lockup for Hulkenberg.
Now here, we're taking turn 6.
Same corner, I think.
Very
No,
heavy
different
on
corner.
the brakes. They took a gamble, and it was just too late.
But that's another set of tyres that he's ripped to shreds with a lockup. He's not having much luck tonight.
We can push one more
Alright,
step
I'm going
on
to go for it
tyres.
now with
Okay.
Yuki. Start hunting down Oscar. gain that much time? I wonder if Piastri's pushing as well. Let's see, he did a 129 last lap. What's he done this lap? Everyone looks to be upping their pace at the moment. Yeah, look at that. 8/10 quicker this lap.
We need to do lift off.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Copy.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
We need left to coast.
Okay, mate, copy.
Take a look at tyres. Still in pretty good shape.
Push 2 steps harder.
Okay.
Pace has dropped off quite significantly on this lap though. Just pull these tyres down.
So we need to back off.
Okay.
Oh, I'm seeing a spinny circle on my phone. That crash on the stream. There we go. Spinning again.
Three laps to go.
Copy.
Hidden turf.
You can push harder.
Copy.
So take it easy in the fast corners.
Copy.
2 laps to go.
All right, 2 laps, and Joe is back in range of Lawson again.
We can push more.
Yeah, copy.
And you are free to use the energy when you want.
Copy box.
Oh, ooh, just got away with that. Ooh. And that's really going to put Lawson's back up against the wall for the last lap.
Tyre conditions good, we can push a bit more.
Okay, copy.
We need to push harder on tires, they are looking good now.
Copy.
Pressure not overtake.
Copy.
Last lap.
Just left the coast.
Yeah, copy that.
Lift now.
Copy.
Sargent's up in 11th place. That's going to stand him in good stead for the main. That's where he's going to start. And he may even start higher than that, depending on penalties. We know Alonso and Ocon have both got penalties. Magnussen is dropping down the order. Something's happened to Magnussen. He's got a puncture. He must have a puncture. He does.
Max Verstappen over the finish line.
Magnussen has a puncture.
Win the sprint.
So we're going to finish 15th and 16th. That's not too bad. Lawson is going to jump 3 places because he started 19th. Yuki's going to stay where he started, but again, maybe get a promotion based on penalties. But it's going to be a long,
Check reflect.
painful race
P15,
on the evidence of this sprint here.
bit of positive in today.
I did the best I could do.
Let's check a flag.
And I was going to switch the engine, but based on our lack of performance, and I really don't want to have to throw money at new engines, I think we'll keep the one that's in.
Yuki Tsunoda ends up without any points.
Save the other one
after
for
that
Kota when
sprint.
we'll have those new wings.
At the end of that, it's a 15th place finish.
So, confirmation of the sprint. Max wins it from Leclerc. Perez dropping to 3rd. Sainz up 1 to 4th. Alonso 5th. So he drops a position from where he started, and the penalty will then come into effect from there. So, assuming it's just 3 places, he'll start in 8th. Russell up 2. Hamilton and Stroll both down a place. Ocon up 3, but again has a penalty. He's going to drop down the order. Good race for Gasly. Got himself up into 10th. That's 7 places gained before the race. That's a good starting place for him. And there you can see Lawson and Zhou both gaining 3 places. Bad race for Hülkenberg, and Magnussen with that puncture at the end dropping him all the way down to the back of the grid. Got to watch out for those two coming through the field in the feature.
Race day has arrived, and the time has almost come for these drivers to fight it out, wheel to wheel.
Formula One first came to Qatar in 2021. Lewis Hamilton managed to pick up the victory, and in doing so claimed Lusail as his 30th different Grand Prix winning circuit. There are a few clouds here tonight, but the sky remains mostly clear. Will it stay this way, or will the weather throw a spanner in the works?
Let's see what lies ahead for us then with today's race in Lusail.
Right then, strategy. Let's see what we can do. That might be our best bet for Lawson. What about Yuki? That is a little risky. Might go with that. Just to give Yuki a little bit of pace at the end. Yeah, let's go with that. I am going to take a little bit of fuel out here. Going to take 2 laps out. Because pushing is just going to overheat the tyres, which is going to be a problem. So we'll do a bit of fuel saving in the race. And let's see, we're starting 14th and 15th, so we gained a place. That must be because of Ocon. Alright, let's go to the grid.
Here on the outskirts of Doha, the excitement continues to build as we approach the Qatar Grand Prix. This race should be a good chance to see what Valtteri Bottas can manage.
They sit in 17th, and let's be honest, no one wants to be at the back of the pack. But can they impress us here?
Here we go. It's time to go racing. We're all set here in Lusail. And it's lights out and away we go.
So, softs and mediums all around for everybody.
We can fight.
Yeah, copy.
Going to be yellow flag situation. Look at that Alpha there. Just shooting through Bottas with a cheeky
And yes,
double overtake.
Yes, we have. We've had a crash. What
Well,
happened
more
there?
than 2 cars, I think. And that's right after a little coming together with Hulkenberg. And then look at this. 1, 2, 3. He gets 4 cars.
And not much.
Jesus. And Hulkenberg, you know. Hulkenberg being Hulkenberg. Bottas gaining 4 places there. Oh wow, Alonso's behind us. So Alonso was the one who dropped down. I thought it would be Ocon, but maybe Alonso took new parts after the crash as well. So yeah, that would have dropped him all the way down. There'll be a lunge here. Never going to be able to defend that one. Lawson now passed by Magnussen as well. He's down to the last place. Rough start. Oh, and has he been hit? Why did he lose confidence again? Or was that just a delayed deduction for the overtake? Might have been a delayed deduction. So, not a good start for Lawson. Let's put him to fuel save straight away.
Save fuel.
And I'm even going to save a bit of tyres as well. While
Off a bit.
we're pookling around in last place. Yuki is causing a bit of a traffic jam, and I'm absolutely fine with that. Just want to get one car to finish in the top 15 tonight. And Alonso going to be getting past us at some point. We've got to keep everyone else behind us. That's no easy feat.
Now you will have DRS. Use and deploy when you can.
Copy.
Lift off to avoid instability.
Yeah, okay.
Use energy.
Copy.
Yeah, Bottas is through.
I can't believe it.
Keep focus, keep pushing.
Maybe we need to crash into Hulkenberg so we can gain half a dozen positions. Bottas clearly on a push lap. Sure we stay away from Joe if possible. I'm not sure if we were okay there, we might have been caught. No, he did not get the DRS. Good stuff. So that'll make him vulnerable to Hulkenberg. He gets through up the inside. And the yellow flag. It's Bottas running wide.
Now this was Valtteri Bottas. And they just can't keep on the track. And they might want to take a look at the floor of the car.
Let's throw us back into striking distance. Can we stay in range before the end of the lap? Ooh, yeah, he's already sprinting away from us again. We have got a tyre disparity at the moment, obviously softs against mediums. Even if we are using a battery. Hulkenberg's going to try and jump us at the start of the next lap as well. He's flying onto the back of us.
No DRS available, no DRS available.
Copy.
Yeah, just
You can
breezed
lift
past
off
us
to
like we
avoid
weren't even there.
instability.
It's going to be an evening of this
What the
tonight.
fuck I'm doing?
An evening of angry Yuki just shouting obscenities at me down the radio.
Yeah, copy, copy.
Those new wings. And that blue on the floor. But they will be the final upgrades for the car this year. There'll be nothing else. We continue to focus on research now. So I just need this season to be over so we can start fresh next year with hopefully a much better car. And there goes Alonso, just breezing past us like we weren't even there. I'm amazed it's taken him that long to get us actually. And this is hurting our confidence levels. Lawson is starting to recover. Yuki is slipping. He's about to get passed by Magnussen as well now. He's already out of range of Alonso. I think, yeah, we missed the DRS to Alonso. Oof. I think we might finish last tonight.
Keep pushing, Yuki, keep pushing.
This is probably the worst circuit for us on the calendar, because our medium cornering is, I think, 19th on the grid, and this circuit's almost entirely medium speed corners. And when you combine that with our complete inability to follow anybody in dirty air, yeah, it's a recipe for very quickly going backwards. You guys wanted this. You wanted a series where it was tough. I hope you're happy. So like Russell Crowe, are you not entertained? Can't come soon enough. No, it can't. It really can't. I mean, I don't mind the challenge. It's so frustrating. Just not even being able to, challenge for just outside the points at the moment. We've had a couple of races where we've just been a little bit lucky, or our car has just defied the odds and actually worked at a circuit where it probably shouldn't have done. But yeah, this is painful. Oh god damn it, Lawson just got hit.
You okay?
Joe ran wide,
now
came
the
back
Alpha
on
Tauri's
and
been
hit us,
involved in
I
an
think.
incident. Now this was at turn 1. The cars jostling for position.
Oh, he hit us,
said, that was pretty
in the corner.
risky.
He's lost
now,
part of his front wing.
Will have taken a hit with that.
We have got some damage. Suspension damage. I am going to go ahead and retire the car. We'll keep Yuki out.
So box. We're going to retire the car.
But that damage is going to hurt Lawson's already piss poor pace. So he's not going to do anything at all this race. So rather than just putting unnecessary mileage on our already ailing power unit, we'll just retire him and live to fight another day. It's a shame for Liam, but needs must, unfortunately. Right, now that we've done some fuel saving, let's get Yuki to pick his pace up a little bit. Still cautiously optimistic of being able to get back into a top 15 spot with Yuki. He has, as a driver, inherently got some decent pace. The car just doesn't work here, but we're looking after our tyres, and that may benefit us more in the race than it did in the sprint, because it's a longer distance. And we will have soft tyres to go aggressive at the end as well. I hope it doesn't take me 5 seasons to win, but no, I get what you're saying, Farah. It is more rewarding to have to work for it when you do finally achieve it, but yeah, it can just be a painful grind getting there. Right, we are closing now on Valtteri. His tyres are dying off. He is dropping off the back of the two Haas cars. Let's see what they're doing. Across the line, a 1:31.6 and a 1:31.1, so they're pushing this lap. Bottas a 33.8, so 32.7 for us, or over a second quicker. Expect to see the Haas drivers slowing down again soon. Alonso is not making the progress I thought he would. He's still stuck behind Piastri. Hulkenberg Magnussen getting even quicker on 30.9s. 2 seconds quicker than us. And Alonso has now finally got past Piastri. So I expect to see him pull away pretty quickly now. Go after Albon in that Williams. Sargent running in 9th place right now. Norris in 10th. Okay, we need Alonso to get past both of those two. And Ocon. Push them further down the order so they don't get points. Keep an eye on Ocon for a moment. Albon for company behind him as well. Long chunks of this race where we don't actually pay any attention to Yuki because he's just not close enough to anybody to do anything. He is gradually closing on Bottas, but not as quickly as I was hoping he would. And everyone else is just pulling away from me at the moment. Languishing down in 18th. Surely Ocon will make the move on Norris this time. He's definitely close enough. Albon's close enough for a sniff as well. And Ocon is not going through. Oh, he's holding him back. Bottas is in the pits. Damn it, we couldn't even catch and pass him. Yuki's confidence is still not great, so this is still hurting his pace, which is why he's slow at the moment. Gradually recovering that. Well, I probably should have pushed him to get past Bottas before he boxed. My bad. Kind of mentally checked out a little bit. Oh, an issue for Bottas in his pit stop as well.
It's Valtteri Bottas who's pitting. But there's a problem jacking up the car.
Changing that front wing as well. He's only now just leaving his pit box. That's a long stop. It's a very long stop. Perez into the pits as well. First of the front runners in. Now Albon's in. That's a slow stop as well. Oh, my heart bleeds. So, I have just plugged in my mouse. Hey, there we go. We've got mouse control. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. And Joe's in. There's a wind change for Joe as well. Of course, Joe hit Lawson, didn't he? Hit Hulkenberg. Sargent in. Oh, and I got some spinny circles briefly. There we go, they've gone again. Right, Yuki has got Albon right behind him. What's his confidence looking like at the moment? Not great. He's just about got it back into high and he's about to lose it again. Come on, Yuki, hold him off. Let's go full attack on these tyres now.
Out, Yuki, flat out.
Copy.
And let's give him battery as well.
Overtake button.
Copy.
There's Max boxes from the lead. And Sykes is in as well. So mediums, decent stop. Here comes Gasly in the pit lane as well. Clean stop. Decent stop for Gasly. Let's go back to Yuki. Can we hold off Albon here on the main straight? Yes, we can. Good stuff. Another personal best sector. Taking a risk here. I could box. Trying to get the confidence level back up a little bit with personal best sectors and defending, but that we are running the risk that every time we, if we get, the longer we stay out, the more likely it is that we're going to get passed, and that's going to hurt the confidence. So I'm thinking about boxing this lap. Let's go ahead and put that in.
Box.
Ideally, I would have stayed out an extra lap or two on these tyres to really utilise the push, but like I said, I don't want our confidence to get hammered by being overtaken. I would much rather sacrifice a lap of running at this pace and come in earlier than expected.
Charge on.
Copy.
Magnussen boxes.
Yeah, understood.
Another set of mediums for K-Mag. Bad stop. Oh, and I should have boxed Lawson, shouldn't I, for the competition? Oh, damn
Sorry.
it! Just remembered. Yeah, I really have mentally checked out of it tonight. Oh dear. So, not a good stop, but we will be making another one. Chance to recover that a little bit. Let's just ease the tyre pace down a
We need to
touch.
protect the front tires.
We're in 17th, we are back ahead of Bottas. And Joe. I want 26.9 for Max. It's a quick lap. Right, how are we doing up here? So Norris has been passed by Ocon, but he is still in 10th at the moment. Piastri in 12th, yet to stop, I believe. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, Piastri and Norris, Ocon, Alonso yet to stop. Gasly has stopped and is ahead of both the Williams drivers now. So they might sneak into the pits, sorry, into the points. But I'm hopeful that they won't stay there. We have got Perez all over the back of Lewis right now with a very scratchy looking visor. Max all over the back of Stroll and Russell. That's a three-way fight. Let's keep an eye on this one. I think Max is going to get Stroll into the first turn here. Both cars had DRS, but that Red Bull is just oof. Has Russell boxed? I don't know if Russell's boxed yet. As Norris goes into the pits. No, Russell has yet to stop. And same with Stroll and Hamilton, actually. They haven't stopped either. Let's take a look at Norris. Assuming that was a clean stop, he's gone on to a new set of mediums. We are a long way off. Oh wow, we're 16 seconds off the back of Magnussen. That's not good. Pushing these tyres a little bit longer. Keep an eye on this battle between Piastri and Sargent. Oh, Stroll and Hamilton both into the pits at the same time. Slow stop for Stroll. He's going to get held for Lewis as well. And here comes Alonso. So they just cleared the pit lane in time for him. Piastri's coming in as well. Soft tires for Alonso. That's a decent stop. For Oscar.
A small lift off to help the tires.
Copy.
And on the evidence so far tonight, I think 17th might be the best I can do without retirements in front of me. certainly don't have the pace to hunt down Hulkenberg and Magnussen. Piastri's going to pull away from me at the moment because he's on softs and I'm on hards. I will have softs at the end, but yeah, how competitive am I going to be? Probably not enough. Very tempted to retire Yuki as well. Ocon up to 7th now. So he's dropped away from Hamilton. And Stroll all over the back of him. Alonso hunting down Sargent for the final points paying position. And Russell finally boxes from 2nd. I wonder if he's going to try the one stop. See what tyres he goes on to. If they're hards, he might try a one stop, although it's probably not going to be. No, he's going to stop. It's a decent stop. It's not amazingly quick, but it's clean. I'm looking at my pace, and I am a second a lap slower than Magnussen. I'm just putting wear on my car at the moment, unnecessarily. There's Russell under pressure from Lewis. He dives up the inside. Not looking good. Perez and Leclerc now getting close to each other. Yeah, we're at the halfway point nearly in this race and we are struggling very bad. I'm going to throw in a couple of quick stops here, hopefully, just to try and get some points in the pit competition.
Copy.
And then I'm going to retire the car. There just doesn't seem to be much point running in this race here. We are so off the pace. Yuki's engine is dying in terms of competitiveness. It'll be actually in the yellow in a couple of percent's time. So I figure let's at least try and improve our standing in the pit stop competition, which I completely forgot to do with Lawson. Evening, Marcel. And then we'll just watch out the result and see how much Max wins by. Because Max is going to win this one, I think. .4, that's not a bad stop. Where does that put us in the standings? Is it going to tell us? No, it's not. Don't know why. Let's go again.
Box.
Ever played Nimbly Rails? I have no idea what that is. Can we go faster on this stop? No, is the answer. We'll have one more go, and then we'll call it a day. And retire the car. That 2.4 stop might be our best opportunity.
And box.
Copy.
Hampton and Russell still scrapping alongside each other there in 5th and 6th. We'll take a look at that in a second. Let's just get this last pit stop attempt out of the way.
Understood.
2.7 again. I think we've got our best time, the 2.4. So that's it for Yuki. We'll call him in. Let's jump to the action here with Russell hunting down.
Take it easy. Try to bring it.
Now we can see what happened.
Wobble for Logan.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. And that's where they slightly run off the track. But all being well and fingers crossed, no lasting damage to the car.
Box now.
We have an issue, so we need to take off and box.
So, yeah, Doha has not been kind to us tonight. But we will get those new wings into manufacturing before we end tonight's stream. So at least we'll have a slight uptick in pace for tomorrow's race, Qatar. Another sprint weekend. Right now, Sargent is hanging on to 10th place, and the two cars that are threatening to take it away from him are also cars that we are fighting against in the constructors, Williams and McLaren, so that's not helpful. Hulkenberg and Ocon are the ones that could spoil the party. We'll ride on board with Ocon. When he's on soft as well, so we should get Hulkenberg here into turn 1. Oh, nearly went around the outside. Can switch between mouse and controller support instantaneously as well. They're both active, so I can use my mouse, and then I can use the controller, and that immediately takes over. Oh, we've got a VSC. Someone has had a whoopsie. It's...
Now we've an incident here.
It's Hulkenberg. Oh no, it's
It looks
Magnussen.
like.
I saw a Haas and just immediately assumed it was Hulkenberg. Oh, that's a fire. That car's burning.
And look at the team there. They all knew what that moment.
Yeah, that's a retirement. So VSC will neutralise the field. Bottas has taken the opportunity to jump into the pits. Not a quick stop, but it's clean. Anyone else going to jump in? Yeah, quite a few cars might box here actually. Looking at the tyre wear. Might see Perez jump in, Albon. Albon stays out. Max is in. It's a pretty decent stop. I don't think we're going to get much in the way of points in the pit stop challenge tonight, but hopefully we'll get some. Seeing a lot of good stops up and down the grid. No one else boxing though. So I have to say I am surprised by that. I thought somebody would take advantage of the BSC. In this group here, you know, Albon especially, you know, his tyres are the worst on the grid right now. And that's it, VFC is ending. Already looks like Albon is starting to drop back from Norris. He should have boxed, as Ocon has got through past Hulkenberg. And he should make quick work of Albon here. You watch Albon box now at the end of this lap. Oh no, he is staying out. Oh, Max was going to comfortably win this race regardless, Derek. He was, you know, he was always going to win this race. But yeah, he's going to win it even more comfortably now. Hamilton under pressure again from Russell, and Stroll has joined the party. Albon barely hanging on by a thread here. He's going to get past. Lovely move. Oh no, Albon's fighting it. I'm amazed that he didn't get that done there. And now Sargent boxes. And Albon at the same time. So it's going to be a double stop for Williams here. And if there's a mistake for Sargent, this is going to ruin Albon's chances here. No, it's clean. Looked a little slow for Albon there. Bizarre. They boxed 2 laps after the VSC ends. Williams might be last next season. No, I don't think they will be. Williams are a stronger team in this game compared to the last one. Alright, Stroll boxes. He was at the back of this fight between the two Mercedes drivers. He is going to go for an undercut by the look of it. Going for mediums. Oh, that front right looks a bit slow, but it's not a bad stop. Alpha will be the slowest team next season. Hopefully we won't be the second slowest. Now Perez jumps in. Set of mediums for him. It's not a quick stop. It's a clean stop, but it's not blistering pace. Alonso's in. Again, clean, but didn't look quick. Okay, stop for Piastri. Now Hamilton's in. That was decent. Haas getting ready for Hulkenberg. Again, slow looking stop there. Slow stop for Hulkenberg. That looked like it was in the 3-second range. So, let's see. Norris currently in 10th place. Who needs to stop again? Norris and Ocon both need to stop again. And let's see. Gasly, Russell, Leclerc and Sainz also need to stop. That's it. So the Ferraris are going to be hitting the pits probably this lap for Leclerc. If he gets a puncture now on the way to the pits, that would be disastrously unlucky for him. As soon as those tyres tick below to 29, there we go. Now they're in puncture territory. Sainz is far enough behind to be able to comfortably pit on this lap and not suffer. Leclerc's going out again. He must be waiting to just try and put on a set of softs. This could backfire. What about Sainz? Is he boxing this lap? No, he's staying out as well. Russell also staying out. Gasly. Staying out as well. Norris and Ocon. Both staying out an extra lap or two. So there's going to be a flurry of people putting on some softs in the next lap or two. And there is Charles Leclerc boxing. And we're going to see Sainz in as well. Not a bad stop. Yes, we are. The crew stays out for Sainz. Russell coming in this lap as well. Good stop for Sainz. That's a very good stop for Sainz. Right, what can George do? Not bad. Where is he going to come out? Long way behind Lewis. There's Norris and Ocon both box. Now, this is going to be crucial. They're going to lose position to Sargent and Albon. But they're going to be on soft tyres and could hunt them down. Plodding stop, but it's clean. And we're going to stay with Ocon now because he is the best chance to stop Williams and McLaren scoring points here. He's 6.5 seconds off the back of Logan Sargent's. Logan is on those mediums, as is Albon. Here comes Gasly. I think he's the last one to stop now. Yeah, he's the last one to make a stop. So this will be it, unless someone has an accident. It's an okay stop. Ocon is in range of Norris, just about. Can he? Actually, he's just dropped out. Can he get back in before the braking? Don't think he did. No, he missed out. No DRS this lap. He's definitely got the pace, and he's got a slipstream as well, so probably get it on the next lap. And Max is coming up to lap them. You'll see Max pop into the shot in a moment. There's Max. New fastest lap for Charles Leclerc, 1:26.1. Right now. Ocon is immediately beaten by Sainz, a 1:24.8. Wow. Huge difference. 1:26.1 is suddenly 1.3 seconds too slow. Norris is quickly closing onto the back of Albon. Ocon is in DRS range. He's close enough to have a look into turn 1 here. Norris goes defensive. Ocon's not going to get the move done. I think Norris is probably going to get Albon before Ocon gets Norris. I would rather Williams score the point than McLaren. Because McLaren are further away from us. We want to keep them as far away from us as possible. Norris going to go around the outside. Oh yeah, makes that look easy. And he's going to hunt down Sargent pretty quickly. Ocon's all over the back of Albon. We do have a yellow flag, that's Piastri. With a spin at turn 1, exit of turn 1.
Just had a snap.
Oh, he just dive bombs Albon there. Into the final turn, get a clean move done, and we'll now get the DRS to open that front wing up. Norris is having a look and gets through against Sargent, so Norris is in the position we really didn't want him to be in. Desperately need Ocon to do us a favour here. He's got 11 laps to do it. Actually, he's probably only got 10 laps because I think he'll get lapped by Max before the end of the race here. And there's the pace difference right now. Yeah, Max is lapping quicker. Although having said that, Ocon was held up behind Albon there, so 128.7 is probably not an accurate representation. Norris's pace not quite accurate either, because that was a DRS overtake. So low 127, high 126 would be, I think, Ocon's more realistic pace. Max is lapping a similar kind of pace. Ocon's in range. Make the move on Logan here. And he's going to get it done. Straight up the inside. Got the move done before we even hit the braking zone. Right, it's game on. Ocon against Norris. Come on, Ocon. Oh yeah, he just took half a second out in that first sector. He's going to get him. And they see Norris's actual pace once he's not pushing and out of DRS, 137.9. Which is half a second slower than Verstappen. Who has lapped Albon and is about to lap one of the Alphas, I think Joe again. Sargent getting lapped. There he goes. So Max is just 4 seconds behind these two now. And there's still 8 laps to go after this one. Actually 9 laps for these two, because they're on lap 49. Max just started lap 50. Yeah, so 9 including this lap. Max is getting closer. Ocon's tyres will definitely be overheating right now, stuck in Norris's dirty air like this. Oh, we got a yellow flag. That's a Mercedes, that's Hamilton. Something that's happened to Hamilton. Big old spin there. That's dropped him down 2 places behind Stroll and Russell. And it's left him vulnerable to Alonso as well. Starting to worry that Ocon's not going to get this move done. There's Max. He's going to be in striking distance in a lap and a half, 2 laps. And again, Ocon just can't get the move done. Ooh, here's a chance. He nearly threw it up the inside. At this point, he needs to get this move done. He's not going to have any tyres left. Max is almost on them. I think Ocon might have to lift on the main straight here. He does. He lifts to let Max through. Where is Norris going to pass? Or get, you know, lift to get past? Probably here. Yep. So that might be it now for Ocon. Norris will probably be able to stay close enough to get DRS. He's even getting a bit of a toe. He might actually be able to drop Ocon here, Norris. Four laps left. I don't know if those tyres are going to be able to do anything for the last 4 laps. I think Norris has probably held on here. That's the 1 second that Norris needed. And now that he's lost the DRS, I think Ocon is going to drift away. Or he might have just snuck in there. Is that rear wing going to open? He's just snuck back in. That kept him alive. Really don't want Norris to score this point. Once again, Ocon is just struggling through these corners now. Is this his pace going, or is this Norris pushing, or a combination of both? He's lost half a second in these last few corners. I think Norris is pushing. Yeah, he went a second quicker on that last lap. That's it. Ocon has not got anything left to fight with to close that gap back up. Oh, and Hulkenberg has just got past Sargent. And we've got Alonso on the back of Hamilton here. He's just missed out on DRS for Russell and could be vulnerable into turn 1 here. Hamilton's pushing, closing back up to Russell. This could be an interesting fight for the final lap. Three-way battle for 6th place. Alonso's looking very feisty. They're all on very similarly matched tyres right now. Hamilton definitely under pressure here. Is Alonso going to have a lunge? No, he's not. Hamilton will have the DRS, which should protect him. And Alonso is looking quite aggressive. Hamilton, though, has that slipstream as well as the DRS. Norris now has 3rd place unless he 10th unless he does something very silly on the final lap. So 3 seconds clear at the moment. Will we see a lunge from Fernando? That's it. Norris crosses the line in 10th.
Over the finish line.
Gets that final point. Damn it. Ocon spent just too long right on the gearbox of Norris and it just destroyed his tyres. Had he been able to get that move done a lot earlier, he would have been able to drive off into the distance, I think. This is it, though. The last remaining battle. Alonso does not throw it up the inside, so I think Hamilton is safe in 7th. Will be pushed to the line. It's not quite a photo finish. Just a 10th between them. And that is it for Qatar.
Well, things just didn't go well for Yuki Tsunoda today.
That'll be quite a blow having to cut their race short, but they'll be doing everything they can to come back stronger.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet another podium to his already impressive record.
Max apparently very popular in Qatar.
There really doesn't seem to be a way to stop them winning
Huge
this year.
cheer from the crowd.
Amazing consistency.
And that picture right there brings together the podium finishers for the Qatar Grand Prix. And down there in the AlphaTauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
They'll be disappointed. Neither driver really shone here, it has to be said, and there's quite a bit of work to be done, but they'll be well aware of that.
Oh yeah, all too aware.
So then, our time in Lusail is now up.
Coming up next, we'll be crossing the pond all the way to Texas for the twists and turns of the United States Grand Prix.
So confirmation of the final result then, a comfortable win for Max Verstappen, over 18 seconds clear of Leclerc, who was able to hold off Perez to take second spot. Perez in third, Sainz in fourth with the fastest lap, but a fair way back. Then fifth place for Stroll, good race for him today, up 2 more places. A little bit of a disappointment for the Mercedes drivers, Lewis especially with that spin. Dropped him behind Stroll and Russell. He might have been able to hold on for fifth had that not happened. What a recovery race for Alonso, up 12 places and only just missing out on 7th at the end there. Gasly in 9th. Norris hangs on for the final point, which moves them 1 point closer to us in the constructors. Ocon just missing out on that, unfortunately. And then it's Albon 12th, Hulkenberg up 5 places to finish in 13th, Sargent down 5 places to finish in 14th, Piastri 15th, Bottas 16th, shows 17th, then Magnussen after his big spin and smash in the barriers, and then our 2 cars both retired due to, it's just saving the car really for the remaining races. So in the Drivers' Championship, 33 points over the weekend for Max. He's already pretty much confirmed champion. And it's still close between Checo and Leclerc. Leclerc closes the gap by another 4 points. Just 11 points in it now in the battle for second. That could go either way. Both drivers and cars pretty evenly matched at the moment. Have to maybe give a little bit of an advantage to Leclerc, but we shall see. Sainz in 4th is now comfortably clear of Alonso, who hangs on to 5th by a long way. Russell in 6th. Stroll jumps Hamilton for 7th and is 2 points ahead of him. 11 points behind Russell. This could be an interesting 3-way scrap for 6th place. And then we've got 2 more points for Gasly, who just stretches his lead over his teammate there. And then there you see Norris with that extra point, puts him on 5, and means that they are now just 3 points behind us, I think. No, 4 points behind us in the Constructors. Let's take a look at the Constructors' Championship. There you see 54 points for Red Bull this weekend, 43 for Ferrari. Those two in a league of their own, in 1st and 2nd. They're locked into those positions now. Equal points shared for Aston Martin and Mercedes, so that 31 point gap remains. 2 more points for Alpine, and then as we scroll down, that extra point for McLaren brings them within 4 of us. We are definitely probably going to get passed by Williams this season, I think. But we need to keep McLaren behind us, so that is not good to see. Right, let's see how we did in the pit stop challenge. And 5th, that's not too bad. Big points for Red Bull, with 31 points for them. Big points for Ferrari, 33 points for them. And we only got the 10, so we're losing ground, but I'll be happy with a top 3 finish. Which is almost where we are. We're still 2nd. We're now 30 points off Red Bull. We've lost a lot of ground over the last couple of races, and it would have been less had I remembered to box Lawson before we retired him. We would have had a chance to put in a couple of pit stops to try and get a decent time out of him before we retired him, but I just checked out a little bit and completely forgot to do that. We're only 5 points ahead of Ferrari now. They closed the gap massively. Can we hang on to 2nd? Can we hunt Red Bull back down again, or are we going to drop out of 2nd and into 3rd? We'll have to see how the remaining 5 race weekends go. Right, There you see all the stops we made with Yuki. The first one we had a sticky wheel nut. Given that we had a 35% chance of making mistakes in this Grand Prix, I'm quite surprised that we actually had only one bad stop and 3 clean ones, although the last 2 weren't exactly what you'd call quick. They were clean. No point looking at the driver reports because they weren't out there long enough to really do anything. And no experience gain for Fittipaldi because it was a sprint weekend, as is the next race at Qatar. So we won't see him again till maybe Mexico. But more than likely we might not see Fittipaldi for the rest of the season now. Just let him work the simulator. In terms of sponsors, Performance Targets is giving us the finish position streak, even though we failed to finish. So we'll take that 280 grand. Performance guarantees, we did fail to hit our finish position guarantee of 1 in the top 15. But, you know, we got our quali position guarantee and our Q2 position guarantee. So after losing that 25 grand, we end up making 2.6 mil, which is quite nice. And the race sim is now fully upgraded. Excellent stuff. So let's check the inbox. Car inspection results, and we ended up with a destroyed suspension from that collision. The underfloor has failed, the rear wing has failed. The rear wing's not an issue, the underfloor is. But we're not going to make another one because we've got more parts coming soon. So he's just going to have to run an older spec underfloor for the next race. Because we have got a new underfloor coming for Mexico. There we go. And let's replace the suspension. So we have we have 1 spare suspension. And I think we've got another one still being manufactured. No, we don't. So we're going to need to make another spare suspension. What else do we need to make? Not going to bother with the rear wing. We're about to replace those. Could do with another spare chassis. Let's go ahead and make another one of those. There we go. We'll have that in time for the next Grand Prix. We've got nearly 8 million in the bank. Which is good because we're about to have to buy a new maybe a new ERS, I think, for Lawson's car, possibly. Let's see if I can get away without it. Right, we have a slot left here. Got no engineers left. Let's see. Let's take off 2 engineers. No, let's take 1 engineer off the front wing project, so that we can get started with another research project here. We will do another suspension project. Got no hours for another 21 days. So let's see. Let's whack up the high speeds. And we're going to be a little bit more aggressive with these this time round. Not going to drop them all the way down. I am going to actually push the drag up a little bit more this time round. Got my 1 engineer. Let's get him started on that. There we go. What else have we got? We've got scouting reports back on some more drivers. So let's go ahead and continue scouting. So who do we want to get some information on? scout out doing. And Boschung, not really interested in getting results on him. Let's scout out Freddy. And let's scout out Behrman as well. I think that's it for my scouts now. Yeah, we're out of scouts. Right, 11 days to go. 3.5 mil. That is tempting. Yeah, let's go ahead and upgrade our team hub. Let's check. Weather Center has taken a bit of a hit. We are going to go with an upgrade. And everything else is okay. Tour Center's about to blip. That might blip before the next race, actually. So we'll come back and check that in a moment. Boardroom's fine. Hospitality is going to need a touch-up. It's too expensive to upgrade, so we'll do a refurb when that blips as well. Let's advance some time. Side pods are done, so we've got some spare side pods again. How long are we off our new wing? 3 days. Oh no, I have got a slot. Oh, thank God for that. I thought for a second I had filled up all my slots, and I had, but of course we just freed one back up again with the side pod completing. I was panicking. I just screwed myself on the rear wing situation then, but we're okay. There we go. Rear wing is done. So let's go straight into manufacturing and let's pump out a couple of those ASAP. There we go. I'm going to keep pumping. How much money have I got left? I'm going to go with 2. And then we'll do 2 more after the Grand Prix. Because I want to get another project started. And otherwise I wouldn't be able to afford it. This time we are going to throw in a side pod project. So we want to pump up our engine cooling and drag reduction because they are both pretty poor. We'll leave the airflow with a little bit of a gain. There we go. I've got 1 engineer, 35 days. Yeah, let's get that started. And we'll do a new rear wing project when the underfloor is finished. Or maybe a new underfloor project. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Right. Skip a sponsor obligation. Yes, we'll approve that. Spare suspension is done. Spare chassis is done. Underfloor design is done, but we can't afford to start building it yet. Completely forgot about the underfloor. But we've got the rear wing. I've got 242,000. It's not enough to do an underfloor. At least I don't think it is. No, it's not. I need 400 grand for that. Right, let's see how much of an improvement is the new rear wing. Oh, that's quite significant. Look at that. Nice little speed boost. Nice little boost to DRS. A small improvement in our downforce in some respects, but not that small. We do actually improve a rank on the low speed downforce. and a 4% gain on our dirty air performance as well. So we're going to fit that to both cars. How are we now looking? Okay, DRS now inside single digits. That's nice to see. And our cornering performance is still pretty poor. Our dirty air is still horrendous. Look how far off the bottom we are. The average on the grid is 61%. We're at 48.5. Right, let's see. How do we stack up against McLaren? We're slightly quicker than them. We've got much better acceleration and a much better DRS, which is important given where we're headed over the next couple of weekends, where there are very long DRS straights. Mexico in particular with that double DRS. How much speed have we got? Just 0.03 kilometers, but a decent amount of performance in acceleration. Wow, is their DRS really that bad, or have they just got a broken rear wing right now? 61% on their dirty air performance. Quite a significant improvement on us in the high speed. Their cooling isn't up to snuff. Wow, Norris's car is almost a kilometre an hour slower than ours. So he's definitely got a slower car compared to Piastri in that respect. Alright, okay, so that is it for tonight. Oh, look at that rain. Oh, wouldn't you know it, we get a big improvement to our DRS, and we're going to have rain that's going to completely negate said DRS. So as long as it doesn't rain in Mexico, I'll be okay with that. Ah dear. Right, so that is the end of a very, very disappointing Doha experience for us there. I think that's what we'll call the stream. The disappointment in Doha. Yeah, tomorrow, final race of the week. We'll be heading to the Circuit of the Americas in Texas for the Grand Prix of America. A sprint weekend, so a sprint and a feature race. Got big water on the way by the look of it on both the Saturday and the Sunday. So that could make things a little interesting. And hopefully our rear wing will help us perform a little bit better. It's not going to be massive, but we'll see what we can do. And I'll be back usual time, 8 PM tomorrow. Until then, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.